come down to our usual spot for our time together? Come on. Stay with him if you want to. That's okay. Yeah. Well, it's spring break, it's spring forward, and it's wet. And you're here. And that's wonderful. You have already overcome a lot of barriers. We're going to be talking about barriers in a little bit. And it's not raining anymore. So check, that's one less barrier to worry about. Is it snowing? Wind? Too much sun? Okay, just checking. Well, we are going to have some fun today. We're going to do an activity. We're going to run an obstacle course. But before that, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Jesus. You see, a lot of people back in Jesus' time and through the years and even today like to draw lines. They like to make barriers. They say, no, we're all with Jesus and you're over here on this side. You don't belong. You don't fit in. And they put up all these barriers. All these things to try and get between them and Jesus. And Jesus isn't like that. Jesus didn't have any of it. Because Jesus is all about the circle. And in the circle, everyone belongs. I want everybody to stand up. Let's all stand up, all right? Now we're going to climb a tree. Let's all climb a tree like a very wee man who couldn't see Jesus when he was coming to town. Who was that man? Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus was up in the tree, and not only was he able to see Jesus, but Jesus was able to see him. And Jesus went to his house, and people didn't like that. He's just a tax collector. Jesus shouldn't go to his house. But Jesus said, oh no, there's no lines between me and people. It's all one circle. Okay, let's all sit down. And let's put on our good listening ears. 1, 2, and turn them up. Just like Mary, when Jesus went to the house of Mary and Martha, and we talked about Mary and Martha last week. We saw a lot of Martha's busyness, but Mary was the one who sat down at Jesus' feet and listened to what Jesus had to say. And she broke a barrier. She overcame an obstacle because people thought, no, you're just a woman. You're not allowed to sit down and listen to what Jesus has to say. For Jesus, a woman's place is anywhere a man's place is. It's all about the circle, not about the barriers, not about the obstacles. Ooh, I've got another one. Let's stand up again. All right, let's stretch a little bit. We're going to need a stretch. All right, everybody flex your muscles, because now we've got to pull on a rope, and that rope is connected to a big clay pot, and that clay pot is way down the bottom of a well, and we're pulling up water from the well. There was a woman who came to get water from the well, and Jesus talked to her and shared all about God's love with her. And not only was she a woman, but she was from Samaria. She was a Samaritan. And people thought, no, you can't talk to her. She's from someplace else. She looks different. She acts different. You can't talk to her, trying to put up a barrier. But he overcame that and brought her along as well. Let's do one more. Okay? Let's imagine we're children back during Jesus' time, and there were grown-ups that said, no, kids, you can't bother Jesus right now. What will happen if we have kids here? Maybe they'll make noise during the sermon. Maybe they'll color on the offering envelopes. You can't be over here with Jesus. But Jesus said, let the children come to me. Not some of the time, not when it's convenient, but all the time. So we got to duck. We got to watch out. We got to dodge the grown-ups trying to get us. There's another one. All right, and we're running. And we see Jesus, so we give Jesus a big hug. Oh! Because there's no barriers with Jesus. There are no lines with Jesus. No obstacles that we can't overcome with Jesus' love, because it's not about lines. It's about one big circle. And with Jesus, we all All. A-L-L, capital, underline, belong. Let's have a prayer. Taking a deep breath. Gracious God, thank you so much for helping us overcome obstacles. Today we especially remember all those people, from Zacchaeus to Mary, to the woman at the well, to those first little children that were brave enough to run to you, that overcame their barriers, that overcame all the lines that people wanted to put in between them and your love. Everyone has a place in the circle. Everyone has a song to sing. We all deserve a place in the circle. We all have goodness and love to bring. Amen. Have a great day.